The Shadow Behind Your Eyes, Uchiha Sasuke 3. Kakashi's Training. Recap. What do you think tomorrow's going to be like? Knowing Sakura and Uchiha, strange, hilarious, and probably embarrassing for all concerned. You replied, night. The next day, after 10 minutes of Naruto's finger probing into your spine, you woke up to a lovely morning. However, being the morning person that you aren't, you didn't take notice of it and almost broke your best friend's finger in two from sleepy grogginess. Somehow you dressed and didn't have breakfast. You ever ate much before. And since you couldn't go home without risking your uncle's wrath, you rounded up what little weapons you had over Naruto's house from various other sleepovers. It wasn't much, and struck out with him for the fields. 5 a.m. Sakura and Sasuke were already there, looking amused and tired and hungry. They barely glanced at the two of you as Naruto sat down, but you were having one of your restless spells. You stood to one side, arms crossed, one foot tapping the earth impatiently, the bag on your shoulder light compared to the others, but still bulging with stuff. Naruto flinched as you started to tap the ground with your other foot. He bit his lip, hoping that Kakashi-sensei would show up before too long. 9 a.m. You still had your back to the others. Now you are absolutely still, but Naruto knew better than to go over to you. He got comfortable, relaxing enough to catch some light sleep. That wasn't the situation with Sakura and Sasuke. Sakura slowly got more freaked out as you began to mutter under your breath several foul things that you could just make out. She also got scared when you suddenly punched a tree next to you, and when the sheer force of your fist shattered the trunk in two, she leaned down to Naruto sitting next to her and whispered, Naruto, what's she... You could say she's morning intolerant, Naruto said with closed eyes, leaning against a tree with his hands clasped behind his head. She's always this way until she's fully awake. Best not to disturb her. You can see why. You punctured his point by kicking the rock the size of your head straight into the air until it disappeared. 10 a.m. Naruto opened one lazy eye and saw Sasuke walking toward you. Hey, Sasuke, wouldn't do that, he called. She'll kill you and have no regrets about it later. Hell, she probably won't even remember killing you. Shut up, clown. Sasuke came closer, slowly so as not to startle you. His feet rustled the grass when he came 2 feet behind you. That was enough for you to whirl around and roundhouse kick him in the gut. He went flying 20 feet back into a tree, splintering the wood when it stopped him. Oh my god, Sasuke, no! Sakura screamed. Her fist clenched to her chin as she yelled. A large sweat drop formed on Naruto's head. I warned you, believe it. He closed his eyes again. I'm not to blame for what she does next. Sakura leveled her finger at you. Naruto, stop her before she kills Sasuke. No way, she'll kill me too, believe it. Sasuke grunted as he sat up against the tree, wiping away a trickle of blood from the corner of his mouth. Damn, she's strong, he thought angrily. I know she scored highest from the Kunoichi in physical strength, but this is unbelievable. It can't really be this strong. He then saw your eyes, half open and glassy. Your mouth was slack and your face was blank. In a bolt, he understood Naruto's warning. Sasuke ran a hand through his hair, sighing. This is pointless, he said. Why fight if she's only stronger or half asleep? This snapped you into reality. What was that, Uchiha? You screamed. Then you realized that he was bleeding. You saw blood, his blood, on your knuckles and understood. Glaring at Naruto, he was still leaning against a tree. Nonchalantly, you said, You warned him, right? The blonde-haired boy nodded. He didn't believe me. Sasuke tried to rise, but gave a gasp of pain, sliding back down to his knees. With one arm wrapped around his stomach, he coughed, splattering the grass with blood. Oh my god, Sasuke! Sakura repeated. He raced over to his side and knelt down. Your Kan Kanijimi eyes told you the story. Your blow had fractured 3 ribs. You started to pull up his shirt. His hand stopped you. What the hell? You want your lungs to get punctured? 'Cause your ribs are prime needles right now, you said, continuing with what you were doing. The skin on his chest was torn a bit. You could see a white bit of bone. Moving rapidly, you formed the signs horse, rat, dragon, tiger, ram, horse, snake. Tachi and Kami no Jutsu, touch of the gods. A golden light spread from your fingertips across Sasuke's chest, healing the wound to form unbroken skin. Sasuke gasped as his ribs returned to their original places and healed. When you finished, you sat back, kind of tired. That jutsu always wears me out, you thought as Sakura and Naruto came forward. Your best friend knelt beside you. Hey, you alright? You alright, Sora? He asked. Yeah, no, now I'm awake, you said, smiling lightly. You looked at Sasuke. Don't get used to me pulling healing jutsus out like that. It's hard and tiring, and you aren't exactly worth it, but you're my teammate now, so I had to do it. Suddenly a rush of wind blew through. Kakashi-sensei smiled as he waved a hand and said, Morning, class. You're late, sensei. Naruto and Sakura screamed, jumping to their feet and pointed angrily at him. You just looked at Sasuke and sighed. Kakashi-sensei set an alarm clock on the stump, pressing the top button. He primed it. I've set this clock to go off at noon, he explained, facing the 4 of you with hands in his pockets. That leaves you all with an hour to retrieve one of these 2 bells. He held up 2 silver bells on strings. He tied them to his belt and continued, Those who don't get a bell don't have lunch. I will tie you to that stump and eat your lunch in front of you. Reason why he wanted us to skip breakfast, you thought as you heard 3 other stomachs growl. Wouldn't 3 bells make more sense? Naruto asked, rubbing his stomach. Not if your sensei's plan revealed itself to your calculating mind in a flash of neurons. You smiled. Cunning bastard. I prefer, too. You can use shurikens or kunai, but you have to strike as if you're ready to kill me, or you won't pass. Instead, you'll be sent back in disgrace. Harsh rules, but I like it. You rotated your neck to crack it and flexed your fingers. Beside you, Sasuke loosened up. But that's dangerous, sensei, Sakura said, sounding worried. Huh? Damn crybaby. As if he'd be that easy to hurt, you thought. You couldn't even dodge an eraser, Naruto yelled, smug still. You'll get killed. Don't bet on it. Only the weak speak loud. Now let's forget the loudmouth idiot and begin, Kakashi-sensei said boredly. You winced. Uh-oh. He didn't say it. Not that word. Naruto's face screwed up in anger. He pulled out a kunai, spun it on his finger, and made it hurl at Kakashi-sensei. You only blinked. Kakashi-sensei somehow teleported behind Naruto, grabbed his hand to his head, and repositioned the kunai to almost prick his head. Naruto froze when he felt the metal. Not so fast. I didn't say go. Kakashi-sensei chastied calmly. You saw shock in Sakura's eyes, satisfaction in Sasuke's, and admiring awe in Naruto's. Oh, if you guys are impressed by that, you're way too simple-minded. He hasn't even started yet. Huh? You're struck to kill thought, which means you're starting to respect me. His single eye rested on you, the only one who did not move during his little show. Kind of, maybe, just maybe, I've started to respect you as well. Alright, now, ready, steady, go! You all leapt away. You went into the trees and concealed yourself, remembering what your father taught you years ago. Remember, Sora, A well-concealed ninja is a ninja with a higher chance of success. Don't stay on the ground. Go to the trees for a place to hide. Less chance of your feet getting blown off from beneath you. You also have a bird's eye, or I should say a demon's eye, view of things. The last bit of advice made you think, activating your... can't say this word. Kanji... Imi. I said it wrong again. He glanced around for the others. Sasuke was to your left, also hidden in the tree. Sakura was on his stomach beneath the bush, and Naruto was... Come on, let's do this. Let's make this a battle for the greatest of shinobi. You blinked as a familiar orange and blonde figure stood before Kakashi-sensei. Oh, gods, no. Naruto, what are you thinking? He's a jonin, for God's sakes. You must be thinking of the wrong match. Kakashi said, Sensei couldn't win today. Naruto lunged for him. The only thing wrong here is your hairstyle. You bit your lip. What should I do? The only thing wrong here is your hairstyle, Naruto screamed, lunging for Kakashi-sensei. The jonin didn't flinch. He just started rummaging in his hip sack. Naruto applied brakes before coming any closer. Here's lesson 1. Taijutsu, art of the trained body, Kakashi-sensei said, still looking around in his bag. Trained body? That's hand-to-hand combat, right? Naruto thought confusedly. Why is he going for a weapon? Kakashi-sensei drew out his hand with a flourish, reading a book entitled Make Out Paradise. Is something wrong? He asked. I thought you were attacking me. Why'd you pull out... that's a book, Naruto yelled and pointed to it. Yes, it is. I've been dying to finish it. It really shouldn't matter considering who I'm up against. Carry on. Naruto got angry and fast. I'm gonna flatten you, he screamed, bringing his fist back to wham him. Naruto, don't! All eyes found you running from a tree to stand next to Naruto, panting hard. He's a jonin, remember? He's probably got tricks up his sleeve galore. You fix your Jimmy gaze on your teacher. The chakra reserves in your eyes flushed on empty, which made them flick from Jimmy to plain red. You scolded in frustration as you pulled more chakra into your bloodline limit. So those are the eyes of the Akuma clan, Kakashi thought, staring back with a blank expression. The legendary Kanijini, the demon's perceptive eye, said to be either the ancestor or a hybrid of the Hyugo's Byakugan and the Uchiha's Sharingan. I remember Koihaku practicing with me for hours with his, but I never heard of the Kanijimi being this unstable unless... He frowned beneath his mask. What are you doing here? Naruto asked, clearly surprised. You looked at him like he was mental. I want to be a ninja, don't you? You held out your hand. Let's teach him a lesson. Naruto took it and shook. Yeah. Up in the trees, Sasuke scoffed. They're both idiots. Are they crazy? Sakura thought. In sync, you and Naruto rushed your teacher. Naruto did a roundhouse punch at your sensei's head while you went low, trying to nail him in the stomach. Kakashi-sensei blocked Naruto with one arm, and you with his other. Undeterred, you both shifted instantly. Naruto roundhouse kicked at Kakashi-sensei's head, while you tried to cut a bell away. Your teacher ducked, foiling both plans. You only sliced air. When you landed, you jumped back 5 feet to regroup. Naruto landed and charged. Okay, that's it, he yelled, ready to punch Kakashi-sensei. He swung hard and hit air. Kakashi-sensei was behind him, book closed. His fingers made the sign of the tiger, showing your back Showing your back so much is bad, ninjutsu, idiot, he said. What the? No. That technique's far too high to use against Naruto, you thought desperately. Kakashi-sensei changed sides. Not the sign of flames, too. Naruto! Naruto, run! Sakura's voice screamed from the bushes. From the brush. Jeez, he's gonna kill you. Too late. Your sensei's eyes glared as he yelled, Konoha's most secret and sacred technique. You winced, recognizing the call and knowing what was coming next. Senne Goroshi. 1,000 years of pain. Oh, the humiliation. I truly feel sorry for you, Naruto. He went way too far on that one. Naruto yelled in pain as the force of Kakashi-sensei's jutsu propelled him in the air and into the river. Sakura made a gross face. That's an ninjutsu? It just looked like he shoved something up Naruto's butt. Sasuke scoffed again. They're all fools. Then his eyes rested on you. What the? Why'd my mind blank out like that? He shook his head. Get it together, idiot. You scrunched up your face as Kakashi-sensei, waving your hands above your head in anger. What the fuck was that about, sensei? You yelled. Did you have to go so far? Sorry for my high-pitched voice. You were cut off when two shuriken stars slices through the air from the river. Without even looking up from his book, Kakashi-sensei caught them both on his fingers. A bunch of bubbles told you that Naruto was probably cursing underwater. In a few minutes, he pulled himself from the water, coughing. Naruto said... why am I saying that? Kakashi-sensei gave him a short reprimand. Whatever, your friend snapped back with a vengeance. Your sensei turned away, looking quite bored. He watched Naruto closely. He seemed much too tired so early in the game. Never mind, he had no breakfast. You felt chakra stir. And 7 more Narutos jumped from beneath the river. Ha, my specialty! Kaji Bushin. You got a lot more than me to deal with, he yelled, smirking triumphantly. Kakashi-sensei turned around. You gasped as another Naruto latched onto his back. Here's payment for what you did to me. Your best friend yelled in front, bringing his fist back for a punch. It all seemed too easy. On instinct, you activated your Kanji Jimmy. The air became layers with light-colored strings of chakra, crossing and crisscrossing before you like vines. You saw a slew of them hard around Kakashi-sensei. Naruto, no, don't, you yelled. But you were too late. Naruto drew back and punched himself. His shock only transmitted for a split second before he and his clones started accusing each other of being Kakashi-sensei. You smacked your forehead, dragging your hand down your face. From her hidey hole, Sakura watched as Naruto dispelled his clones, leaving only him and you in the clearing. Oh, he looks awful. But Sora, she doesn't look surprised. Is she really Kakashi-sensei? The art of substitution, Sasuke thought. Watching Naruto shed a few tears of pain, he switched one of Naruto's clones with himself to give the illusion that he had transformed into Naruto. You walked over to Naruto, but his eyes had already spied something shiny on the ground. Hey, a bell, he cried to you, pointing at it. I must have gotten him pretty flustered to make him drop it. You saw the brown line just as Wood stepped in it. No, Naruto, it's a... Ah! The line snapped, taunted, and he flung up by an ankle, flapping like a fish. You left the bell there, certain of another trap. You used your technique, and I used mine, Kakashi-sensei said, coming from nowhere to pick up the bell, but you used yours poorly and got used. Plus, walking into such an obvious trap was very stupid. Damn you, Naruto yelled, flailing his arms helplessly. Shinobi read the secrets within secrets. I know that. No you don't. That's why I'm saying it. You move fast, almost eye blink, twisting the chakra in the air to your advantage. You looped a strand around Kakashi-sensei's neck and yanked, hoping to knock him off balance enough for you to get close to him. What the? Kakashi-sensei thought when his throat was choked by a thin string. Seeing you yank on nothing, he understood. Of course. The Kanijini, Koito no Jutsu, Demon's Perception Eye, Art of the Demon Thread. Without batting an eye, he stepped forward and rammed a palm into your stomach, forcing you to double over, and disappeared in a puff of smoke. He blinked in shock. A shadow doppelganger? Now's my chance, Sasuke thought, loading his hands up with volleys of kunai and shurikens while he's off guard. Wouldn't do that if I were you, Uchiha. Sasuke jumped violently when you appeared above him, hanging from the higher branch by your knees. Your 2 waist-long bangs dropped almost in his face. He's nowhere near unprepared for your assault, you said. You take him out, he'll strike back with a vengeance. Fine, you got a better idea? He spat back, bringing his arms back for a throw. We can team up. He'll never suspect the 2 of us in combination assault, you grinned mischievously. Then if we get Sakura and Naruto to help out, we'll all... No way, he turned away. You only get in my way. Uchiha, no, you yelled as he threw his weapons. But you were too late. Kakashi-sensei got broadsided with weapons that sent him flying. Holy crap, Sasuke, Naruto yelled. That was too overkill. Idiot, you cursed before disappearing. You just sold your position to the enemy. Since he's too much of an ass to accept a sound plan, I'll ask Naruto. And if need be, Sakura. You shuddered in disgust at the last part. Sasuke looked to see a log with all his weapons in it. Crap, art of substitution again. He knows where I am now. Sakura sprinted from her hiding place, panic in her mind. Oh no, if Kakashi-sensei finds Sasuke now... She stopped when she saw Kakashi-sensei reading his book a few feet away. Good, he hasn't seen me. Behind you. You rolled your eyes as Sasuke took off, idiot. Seeing Naruto in a worse situation, you cut the thinking and raced off to help him. Dude, need help? You asked, looking up at with your hands on your hip. Just stop posing down there and help me out, your best friend screamed, waving his arms in agitation. Then his eyes went thoughtful. Oh yeah, I have a kunai. He pulled one out and began sawing at the rope to his ankle. You saw something and began to say, no, I really wouldn't do that. But the last fiber broke and Naruto landed on his feet and went right back up as another rope snatched his foot. Ah, damn it! He yelled, then stopped. He stared into the distance like Shikamaru did in class while daydreaming. You unhooked a kunai from your left-hand shuriken pouch. You had one pouch strapped on each thigh. You're pretty... I don't know that word. And tossed it with a spin to sever his rope. He laughed gracefully and you spoke. Look, Naruto, I have a plan. Later, Sora, I have something to do. With a burst of speed, he took off into the bush. Wait, Naruto! You reached out for him, but stopped when you heard a scream from someplace to your right. Sakura! You sprinted toward it, using your kanijimi to penetrate the forest so as not to run into Kakashi-sensei. Your primary plan was to find and fight him, but the instinct to help your teammate, no matter how freaking annoying you found her, had been ingrained deep in your soul by your parents. You blinked away tears. They could come later, and ran into a leaf-strewn clearing. You blinked as your chakra supply ran low, making your Hanajini flick off. The leaves disappeared. They're just after-effect leaves, you realize. Sasuke lay in the center, wide-eyed and foaming at the mouth. Oh, brother, he rolled your eyes in exasperation. Not Majin Narakumi no Jutsu, demonic illusion, held the viewing technique, you sighed. That's really low, cruel, and, huh? Wonder what he made her see. You cocked your head. Well, hate to do this, but you shook her shoulder hard. Hey, bubblegum head, wake up, you said. She didn't move. You poked her with a stick laying nearby. Still non-responsive. Oh, great, she's scared shitless. How am I gonna... Suddenly, devilish inspiration hit you. You knelt next to her and changed your voice to sound like Ino's. Like, hi, Sasuke, you squealed, Ino-like, sounding flirty and high and so disgusting. It had the desiring effect. Sakura sat straight up, made a fist, and screamed, Damn you, Ino! Get your hooves off my Sasuke! You socked her in the shoulder. Good, you're awake. Shut up and listen. I have a plan to take Kakashi down. Her green eyes flashed with intense fire. No, I must graduate with Sasuke. If not, I'll never make him fall for me. With that, she sped off, leaving you kneeling like a fool. I'll kill her for her stupidity, but I can't since she's my teammate, you thought tiredly, getting to your feet. Well, maybe Uchiha's in a better state of mind. Your nose picked up the scent of burnt earth. A few seconds later, you heard, No! In Sasuke's voice. Haha, arrogant sob, got what he deserved. Better go help him before some wild animal takes advantage. You started without reserve, shocked by what you saw. Oh, there are gods, and they are good to me. Sasuke glared at you from 4 feet below. Only his head and neck showed, the rest was encased in earth. Are you gonna just stand there with a smug look on your dumb-ass face? He said angrily. His anger remarked, made so many times when he towered over you, clashed violently with his current predicament. A laugh started bubbling through your body, breaking your stern face into a grin, then a smile, then outright laughter. You clutched your sides, falling to your knees as tears came to your eyes. Oh gods, this is too funny, you said breathlessly, wiping tears away with the back of your hand. Sasuke blinked as your eyes met. Her eyes are, he thought belatedly, seeing orange sparks dancing in the crimson depths. Her eyes really are. Well, I better get you out. Your statement snapped him out of his mood. He scowled anew as you made to kneel next to him. What the hell are you? You want to be a stump your entire life? You interrupted. You flexed your fingers, blinking away your exhaustion, and using your kinijimi so many times in so short a time. Now hold still. Oh, sorry, you apologized as he flashed you another glare. You know your face will freeze if you keep doing that. Sasuke, you both turned and saw Sakura crashing out of the brush, panting hard. She took one look at Sasuke's head and screamed, Ah! Sasuke's decapitated head! No! And she fainted, dead away. Oh, come on, you groaned, rolling your eyes. That was totally over-exaggerated. Just get me out, Sasuke growled, scowling. You scowled in return, and began digging using a kunai to lever out large clogs of dirt. With sure fingers, you began excavating Sasuke's shoulders and chest. He studiously looked away from you. Soon your hands were sore from tearing up the hard ground. All right, this is really lame, you muttered, losing your patience. Bringing your elbow above your head, you brought a fair amount of chakra into your hand. With a force like a bullet, you rammed your hand dagger light through the ground, plunging it under to your shoulder. The result was that your face was scant inches from Sasuke's. You saw his eyes widen. You felt a blush touch your cheeks. Ignoring it, you rooted around the earth until you touched fabric. "That's your arm, right?" you asked. At his nod, and you grabbed what you thought was his wrist and pulled hard. He winced in pain as you tugged, but he couldn't move an inch. "Well, that won't work," you mused out loud. Walking over to his other side, "Maybe over here." You repeated the maneuver, but met with no success. Then you had a brainstorm. Kneeling in front of Sasuke, you dug through the displaced earth from your last attempts and managed to hook your arms under his shoulders. Shifting to a crouch, you gritted your teeth. "Get ready, Uchiha. This is really gonna hurt," you warned. "Oh God, is she really gonna try?" And he thought, eyes widening. You gathered all your strength and pulled upward. Your shoulders felt ripped from their sockets, but you kept pulling hard. Sasuke gasped as he felt his body move upward a tiny bit. Your hair fell forward in your eyes, but you just huffed it away and kept pulling. After a minute, he was 3 inches higher. You readjusted your grip on him and prepared to lever him out. Brace yourself, crouching down low enough for your butt to touch earth. You took a deep breath and yanked him out. He suddenly exited from the ground, made you overbalance and fall backwards flat on your back. He came down on top of you, his hands on your wrists. There was a few seconds of moaning and pain, but when you both opened your eyes, your noses were barely touching. UV-Men's explanation, censor, whatever that said, brought Sakura back to consciousness. When she sat up, you were staring at the trees some yards away. Your hands clenched on your shirt front, and Sasuke was blushing like an idiot. Staring in the opposite direction, his eyes lit up upon seeing him. "Sasuke!" she screamed, lunging from him. "Oh, great, you're awake, and it was so quiet here," you said sarcastically, glad for an excuse to get things back to normal. "Shut up, Sora." Her voice softened when she turned to Sasuke. "Sasuke, now we can try and get at Kakashi-sensei. Let's go." "Do what you want. I'm doing it alone," he scoffed. He shuffled off to one side. Sakura looked hurt. "Right," you said, holding your hands behind your head. "And get your ass handed to you like last time, right?" "It's better than you, Sora." "You haven't even fought Kakashi-sensei yet," Sakura yelled. "You can't talk so high and mighty to Sasuke." Only I can kill him," Sasuke said suddenly, making both of you and Sakura stare at him. "I have to kill him." Your heart softened a bit. "Uchiha, get a hold of yourself. Don't lose it now. I know how you feel." "Who, Kakashi-sensei?" Sakura asked stupidly. You glared at her angrily. I was crying so hard." You took a single step forward and jumped violently when the alarm ring broke through the still air. You and Sasuke both cursed as the 3 of you headed for the clearing. The first thing you saw was Naruto tied to a stump, 3 bento boxes in front of him, and Kakashi-sensei in front of the ninja monument, looking so damn laid back. You sat next to Naruto, giving him a sidelong glance, and said, "Did you do what I think you did?" He nodded, looking guilty. Sasuke and Sakura sat on the opposite side of Naruto. "Well, I do have good news," Kakashi-sensei said, smiling. "None of you are going back to the academy." You all blinked. "So that means we," Naruto began. Kakashi-sensei still smiled. "Are hopeless. No more training is going to help you in any way. Aside from Sora, none of you have what it takes to be a ninja." Sakura gasped. Naruto stood there, shell-shocked. Sasuke glared at Kakashi. You scowled, confused. "Wait a second," Sakura screamed, leveling her infamous finger at you. "Why did Sora pass? She didn't even fight you." The rest of us took you on, but all she did was send out a doppelganger and run around. How does she... You know, for a smart person, you sure are dense, you snapped, tucking one long violet bang behind an ear. The point of the exercise was never about taking a bell from Kakashi. Everyone stared at you. Kakashi-sensei gave you a hard look, then understanding flashed in his eyes. You aren't new to this, aren't you? Are you? He said softly. You shook your head. Sasuke suddenly lunged forward. Sakura reacted by screaming his name. In seconds, your teammate was being used as a foot cushion by your sensei. You rolled your eyes. Please continue, Sora, Kakashi-sensei said, calmly forcing Sasuke's head into the dirt with one foot while twisting his arm. He took a deep breath. This particular training is infamous for pitting teammates against each other to test the bonds of teamwork, and designed to cause descent through the ranks until one person gets smart and comes up with teaming up with someone else to better the odds of success. You gulped, felt tears prickle your eyes, but continued. My father used to train me and my older sister with this. We rarely defeated him alone, but together we easily overpowered him and got a bell. You stared at Sakura from the corner of your eye. Teamwork played a major part. If we had banded together in the first place, we'd have succeeded. And that's why you teamed up with me first, Naruto said softly. Even if it was a doppelganger, you were still trying to help me. Sora teamed up with Naruto first, since he was in the worse spot than anyone else, Kakashi-sensei said, still keeping Sasuke in a firm grip. When he was trapped, she dispelled her doppelganger. She knew she'd be in the same predicament if she went out there herself, and so sought out Sasuke's help. But he was already convinced that all of you would only get in his way, so he declined. Sora then helped Naruto, but he had decided to cheat and brush her off. Your best friend gave you an apologetic look, which you nodded acceptance. Sakura, despite her intense dislike of you, Sora revived you and offered to team up with you, but you blinked. Your blind obsession with graduating with Sasuke made you decline. He then turned his one eye on Sasuke. Even though you don't get along at all, Sora asked you to team up first. Then she helped dig you out of the ground after my battle with you. And before all of this, she healed you after fighting you in her half-conscious state. Remember the reason why? Sasuke paused in thought, remembering your harsh voice in contrast to your gentle fingers. It's hard and tiring, and you aren't exactly worth it, but you're my teammate now, so I had to do it. Kakashi-sensei let Sasuke go, walking over to the rough monument behind him. Laying a hand on it and said, This monument has carved in it the names of heroes of the village ninja. Yeah, Naruto yelled, dancing against the stump. I won't throw my life away like a fool. I'm going to get my name there as well. I wouldn't say that, you said softly, drawing your knees to your chest. You wouldn't want your name there, Naruto. Why not? He yelled. Still was a grin on his face. His smile dropped to a frown when you looked at him with the tear-filled eyes. That's the monument for those who were killed in action, you said even softer. It's where my parents' names will forever be, you added silently. Listen up. I'll give the three of you one more chance, Kakashi-sensei said. Sora, you and Sasuke and Sakura can eat a bento, but Naruto goes hungry for trying to cheat. His single eye glared you all down. My word is law. You feed him, you fail. Understand? He disappeared in a swirl of leaves. Naruto tried to sound strong, but soon his stomach was louder than his words. He looked at your untouched food and grinned, shoving it over to your best friend. Here, I'm not that hungry anywho. What? Sakura screamed, nearly choking on her chopsticks, regaining her breath. She started again. Sora, we can't. Kakashi-sensei said, I don't give a damn about what he said. I'm not letting my best friend starve to death. you snapped, feeding Naruto yourself since his hands were tied. He's all I've got. You can either shut up or help out. Sasuke chewed a bit of rice before handing you his bento. Here, he can have the rest. You smiled unconsciously. Thanks, Uchiha, you said, bowing your head a bit. His eyes widened. What the fuck is wrong with me? It's not like I'd never seen her smile before. Sakura blinked, looked at her bento, and shoved it towards you. Naruto smiled a bit, a light blush on his cheeks. You smiled as well and kept feeding him. My friend. Suddenly the wind picked up, sending leaves forward. Sakura screaming, and Naruto flailed helplessly. You and Sasuke took a defensive position. You in front and Naruto to protect him. In front of Naruto to protect him, though. You, Kakashi-sensei screamed, coming to a stop before you. You got your fists bunched up, chakra streaming in them uncontrollably. He won't hurt my friend, you screamed in your head, bringing one fist back. Pass! Oof! Your blow sent him flying backwards through several trees to come to a stop against a huge rock, which he reduced to fine gravel before stopping. Sasuke and Sakura stared at you, shocked. You panted hard as you rubbed your knuckles. Whoops, you said. Whoops is right, but I deserve that, Kakashi-sensei said, coming up again. The other one dissipated in a puff of smoke. I should have remembered how you were raised. Forgive me, Sora. He went on to say how you all grasped the essence of teamwork, but you suddenly felt lightheaded, not because of joy of passing, but because you hadn't eaten in over 12 hours, and had used your bloodline limit far more extensive than normal. Your blood sugar was going down fast, not to mention your brain was shutting everything down. Leaning against the stump where Naruto was tied, you watched the others head off. Guys, I'm still tied up here, Naruto yelled, trying to get free. You pulled out a kunai, cut through the ropes, untying him there. You caught his grin before the world turned upside down. Naruto shouted your name, but you never felt the ground before you passed out. Your eyes opened to see Naruto leaning in the corner of your sight line. Oh good, you remember my hit and curse awakening reflex, you joked as you sat up. A quick look around revealed you to be in his house. What happened? Naruto filled you in. Everyone had been worried about you when you fainted, but he had calmed them down and explained how you haven't eaten all day. He had some ramen going, and would you like some? You nodded greedily and had your eyes nearly bulging out of their sockets when he brought in a big bowl for both of you. After dinner, you unveiled your treat, 2 rolls of Naruto, the food which is steamed fish paste cake that is sliced to decorate soup. Both of you took one and started munching. Talking of all your soon-to-become adventures late in the night. When you finished, you promised a good breakfast for you both. You and Naruto exchanged good nights and went to bed, raring for the next day to come. Right message.